This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And whatever else I feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Srecia.
I'm your host, who thinks we have got some spooky anime this week, Dave Spates.
This episode is our Happy Halloween weekly anime review / finishing the Halloween bracket. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. Yo, David.
Yo! My full costume, baby! It's Halloween!
It's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Davis is a pirate.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm Goku. Goku doesn't wear a hat, but I was wearing a hat earlier, so I'm a guy. I'm not fixing my hair.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you gotta keep that on the entire podcast.
I know. Okay.
It's your outfit.
I know it's my outfit, but man, it's annoying.
Is it really that annoying?
Yeah, well, no, it's fine. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is like you got to adjust to it.
Yeah, people still wear them.
I know
for medical reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
But we got 4 anime to review because I'm not caught up on Blue Exorcist, but I will be eventually. So let's hop right into it. We'll start out with the anime that will be coming out tomorrow, but we're going to be reviewing the one from last Thursday. Dan.
Yeah, I had to think about which one.
Dan.
Cycle's all screwed up. Great episode, as always, from Dan to Dan.
Yeah.
And I know it's only like 4 episodes in, but I feel confident saying that they always have good episodes.
Yep.
This one, I was just... Animators, like, I don't know how animation works. Never have. Probably never will, honestly. But it seems like every year it just gets better and better and better. And every time I think they have like hit a peak, they hit a new peak. And like obviously this is not like Jujutsu Kaisen's like Blu-ray edition Mahoraga fight sort of stuff. But it's just like this is a weekly anime coming out, and the animation almost every episode makes my eyes freaking like orgasm.
Yeah, I was thinking about that literally while watching this episode. I was like, this is like a good example of like you don't need to do too much.
Yeah.
Like it's animated very well, but it's not like, what are those things called and the still frame things.
The impact frames,
yeah, anything like that. Like you don't need it doesn't need to be like the most like Galaxy Impact. It doesn't need to be like that every time. But if you keep it that's why I think a lot of these studios like they try to make every episode like or like a few episodes like that amazing. It's like no, if you just keep it like nice and good throughout the entire thing,
it'll be good.
Also, I don't know if you saw that Mappa has an anime coming out about an overworked artist.
I did hear about this. Yeah, I'm pumped for this. This is gonna be
That's
fun.
funny, Mappa.
That's gonna be
that's us.
Sounds like
They have people they are working on an anime about themselves.
There's some higher up there is like, isn't this so funny?
It is.
It's hilarious.
It's like what?
Meanwhile, the animators are like, I'm gonna kill someone.
Well, this isn't Tower God, Blue Lock. We all realize now, if we want that high quality product. Unless people, you can.
I'm going to get off.
Yeah. Unless people want to start moving to Japan and applying for those jobs and everything like that to the point where they have so many people working in that workforce.
Yes.
That like they don't have to overwork everyone. Once again, I don't think that's Japan's mentality. I think they still be like, well, now we can make even more.
That's probably accurate. Yes.
But back to the episode. This episode was awesome. I love the start of the episode immediately when they're like, what is she gonna do? She's some old lady. And then it's the 2 huge heads.
Yep. I don't know why. Think about this too. It's like these kids are so stupid. At least she's so stupid. It's like you've already seen her take on different forms and like pretty much have your psychic grandma there have an aneurysm almost. So it's like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Just challenging the world.
Well, they're like, we beat that alien. So she's like, we beat the alien, Momo, Miss Asume, whatever.
That's a good point, yeah.
She's like, we beat the alien, whatever. And he's like, I don't think that's the same.
Yeah, that was good. And the heads were there. Heads were gruesomely drawn. Is this anime, ReZero this week, are just like, I feel they fit the holiday spirit so much right now with Halloween because they are scary as shit, some of them.
Yeah.
If I saw that in total, I'd be like, yeah.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm good.
I love when she threw the bats at him and the eyes turned into mouths. And she's like, ooh, the eyes turned into mouths. I like how she says it.
That was
like,
fantastic.
The eyes turned into mouth. Gross.
No, that was, I don't know. Yeah, the way the anatomy of Turbo Granny worked was fantastic. It's just like, there is no anatomy. It's whatever she feels like. That was good. When they challenged her to the race, and she was, and like, we get a 10-second head start. And she just started counting 10 minute count start, and then she started counting nonsensically. I was like, everyone was like, "You can't count like that."
She's like, "You didn't say how I counted 10."
That's a good point. Yeah, That's a very good point.
What a bitch.
Yep, and instantly catches her, and then what? She like surrounds her with arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was right. Which was animated amazingly. But the real part of the episode, I mean, like, there's so many parts of this episode. I'm just going through and saying how much I like everything. But the cool part of this episode was when she took over, like, the inner battle between her and, or the outer battle between her and Colt Coon there, again, Ken or whatever, where he was just like, your fucking clothes hurt. What the fuck's going on?
I know, yeah.
That was killing me. And then he bit her titties.
Yeah, that was great.
That was, that was great. Yeah, that was, I mean, that was the deal. Yeah. Technically,
he's
like,
she didn't take his dong.
Yeah, she even admitted too. It's like, this is not the time for you. I didn't say when you could do this. All right, pot calling the kettle black.
It was great. And then I always love his form where he's like, I'm gonna fail at this or whatever. And then he's like, don't worry, babe. And she's like, don't call me that.
That was really. I forgot he did that. What a babe.
Yeah,
that's after the crab emerged, right?
Yeah, and I like how he calls her Miss Asame regularly, but when he's in that mode, he calls her Momo. Technical difficulties once again.
Yeah. Oh, it's always the late night episodes that we caught on this one.
But yeah, he calls her Momo when he's in the form, which is funny. But I just always love how depressed he is. I love the first time he went into it. She's like, "Oh, I forgot you're like this."
I know that was really good. It was cool to see Turbo Granny's like original, like real form too. I don't even watch Bleach. It's very because I know what happens to Turbo Granny eventually. I think with the cat thing. Yeah. It's very Bleach-esque because ever seen in Bleach how he's that little lion plushie thing running around with him. Yeah. So semi sort of thing. That thing is this like lost soul that they put into like a pill that you can swallow, and then that soul will run your body while you're out doing your spirit rebirth shit. And so like it was a defective one, so he was active all the time. So whenever he's not in the main Bleach guy's body, they pull him out and shove him into the doll. Oh, really? So like I'm just like looking, it's like, this is all very similar in essence.
That's what I saw was like Ghost Stories, the dubbed anime. Because literally it's the first ghost they fight, and then they don't kill it, they trap it inside the cat, and you'll see like she shit talks them like crazy.
Nice, I'm pumped.
It's like, I'm gonna kill you eventually, but then of course over time she starts to really like them.
Nice.
Just like the cat in Ghost Stories is like over time it's like I kind of like these. I mean,
not the youngest one.
The dubbed version was whatever, but yeah.
Yes.
But I'm excited for that. That's like next episode is gonna be so good. We'll get to that in a second, but that's like one of those things. Like the show is only gonna get better when she gets in the cat. It's so much funnier.
I can't wait.
And next episode, they're introducing the newest girl that will be added to the group, who's absolutely in love with...
The one that is like doing that weird dance in the opening?
Yeah, she's like absolutely in love with Ken. She's deeply in love with Ken.
I can't wait.
Which obviously Asame does not like.
Yeah.
Because they openly like each other. Like at the end of the episode when he's like, bye, and she's like, bye. And then it's what I like about this anime is we get like... They both like each other, and it's so obvious, and they both know it. And like, you actually like, it's not like they're oblivious to not knowing each other. No. Like, like you get that classic like anime where the main character is just like, I don't see it at all. Like,
yeah, which is funny. And it's like this is it's very heartwarming, and like I don't know. I think that we see a lot. I think that anime might start shifting towards this model a little bit more as we go on, because like I mean the other way has been played out a million times, like a billion times. So this is a lot of fun. Like with I know they don't know. Okay, so I know in this one they don't know. They both don't know they like each other, but whatever. In Alia, the one kid, he knows that she likes him and all that.
Yeah, stuff. So but that's like the same. You're right. It is the same. Where it's just like they both like each other.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, it's
right now, like they don't really know.
Yeah. But they sort of do. I mean, like, no.
I think he says it more openly as the manga goes on. She never really says it openly.
Okay.
But I do like it. They still cut back to like he's a dumb boy because she'll like say something and you're like there's I totally forgot about this character. Spoilers, whatever. It's not that big of spoilers. There's an alien that comes in that's a super hot girl, of course. Blah blah, and they end up fighting her because she's Godzilla, but in reality it was an alien suit that shrinks down. I don't know. But her first reaction of the thing to do is she kisses Ken.
Oh no.
And I was like,
no. Oh no, you want to get psychic bitch stabbed? I can't wait for this. It's gonna be so good.
That's fun. I don't know if that's gonna be in the season, but
I hope. Well, good point. Yeah. Either way,
it depends. If it's 24 episodes, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope it is 24 episodes. We really got to start looking these up at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Either way.
The music in this episode are incredible.
Yeah, it was fantastic. They were just killing it. I like that episode. Doing good anime stuff. They're showing their powers progress and them getting like slightly stronger and combo using their stuff and all that crap. And Momo was finally able to see the spirit without seeing the spirit, sort of thing. That was cool. Which was great.
They were doing her psychic power really
with
really
the hands.
well.
That was great. I thought that was so much fun. Good.
When she did the flap and tried to make it so they could slow their way down. That was cool.
And I was like, when we got to by the time we got to the end, also the zombie thing was wild.
That was really creepy, right? They did that so well. Yeah, super creepy.
That was like, what is going on?
The way it was drawn, the way they move in and everything. And
that was great.
I love it. She's like, you didn't realize there was a cemetery over here, so they just possessed a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's our territory. It's like, geez.
Yeah, Ghost Central out here.
But I really didn't know when Turbo Granny refused with the crab.
That was great.
First off, boiling the crab was hilarious.
Right.
But when
she's like, only if we had butter, and he's like, what?
I know. They're like, why are there faces on it? When she refused the crab and they got up and they were running, they were like, dumb logic, and I fell for it initially. It's like when they got on the train, it's like she's like Turbo Granny. She's like, we're 1,000 miles, 100 miles, 100 kilometers an hour, Granny. But bullet trains go 120, and she was like, you're not going that all the time, you moron. I was like, but for a second there, I was like, that's genius. They got her. I was like, oh, wait, yeah, this makes total sense.
Yeah, but one thing I love about that scene is, like, the grandma is such a goon. Mm-hmm. She's such a goon, but when she's badass, she's badass. And the way it cut her just smoking a cigarette with her bat and, like, all the markings. And then she just, like, I don't know if you noticed, they did the cool thing where, like, it showed, like, the territories in the background by, like, how the skies looked. There was like a regular looking sky and then like the red sky. And then she just like walks away as like the train comes flying through. I'm like, man, she's badass.
She is pretty badass. That was sick. An explosion of flame that happened.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much. From what I was only on chapter 90. I haven't seen too much of her in the manga of like how badass she is, but she's clearly badass.
Yeah,
because she's an old time psychic. Like she's done this shit before.
Yeah, she's made a deal with the god of the area.
Yeah, so
which is crazy. Yeah. So that was awesome. And then of course, with anime, they like, I didn't even hate it. I actually really liked it. That Turbo Granny was actually semi good the entire time.
Semi good.
She was like, she was like doing that weird thing. I don't know. Yeah, she was like she was the crab thing. Mm-hmm. That crab thing was a monster.
Yeah.
Like hardcore. Jeez.
Literally.
So that was great. Great episode overall. It was just like, we had very funny stuff this episode, but a lot of it was just like them running and flying over the entire, which was animated amazing.
It was so animated. It's
one of those episodes where I just like, I can't look away right now because I'm gonna admit, like, usually in anime, sometimes you just look away and like make a sandwich real fast and you're like, caught that. This one I was like, if I look away, I'm gonna miss some insane animation right now.
Especially this one because it's easy to look away because the dubbing is phenomenal.
Yeah, it really is.
I will say this though is usually I hate these kind of things, but I did enjoy it when it was her point of view when she was on his back for a little bit.
That was cool, yeah.
And they're like, people are like, oh look, they're giving a piggyback ride. I was like, she's like, everyone's gonna think we're weird. Yep. And then when the crabs smash into the bathhouse, I love it. The one guy's like, we're being bombed.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, the dialogue in the show is phenomenal.
It's out of control.
And I love that, like, it balances, like, every once in a while we'll get, like, a little serious moment, but then they'll just break, like, so it'll be serious enough, and then it'll break with, like, funny tension.
Yes. Yeah, agreed.
But when she's like, let's check in your dong's still there. And he's like, no, what is wrong with you? I can't wait.
Let me see it.
I haven't seen his family yet, so.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. I forgot about that.
That apparently don't care about him at all.
Apparently not in the slightest.
Because he's just gone
He's been missing for days. Yeah,
so.
I will say, before we get off this episode, there was that last little bit at the end there where they were like, goodbye for now. Goodbye for now.
Great.
And like, I knew it was going to happen. I watched the anime. I was like, I see the formula. I know they're going to call it to each other. But when she did it, my heart just like went, oh.
Yeah, and he turns with like his red cheeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Well, I think and it's one of those things too, because at that moment you're like, no, because you ship them, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
But like, you do forget for a second that he had no friends.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
he was worried, like, that she didn't even really want to be friends with him, and and he's such a nice guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah, until you're kind of nice to him, they makes fun of you.
Oh my god! Wait, I forgot. There's another girl that's obsessed with him. He has like 4 girls. So
he makes one girl fall in love with him, and the rest want him. Then.
Yeah. Well,
where were you years ago?
Well, no, the one definitely always liked him because she's in his class. You'll see. She's not in the show too much. Hopefully, she comes in the manga too much of up to chapter 90. I got to read more because I want to see. But she's like actually probably perfect for him because they're like almost the same person, except she's a little more put together. She's a nerd too.
Got it.
Of course, she's hot for somehow.
Of course.
high school student, but
Yes,
like, you know,
yes.
but like, so she hates Asuma. She hates her because she's like, you know, this horse looking gal girl.
know,
Yeah,
sure,
you
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
she's like always like, you know, taking him away. And she's like, she won't let him in the class, let her in the classroom. She's like, you're not allowed in here.
That's hilarious. Oh, I can't wait to watch this.
I'm excited for you just to meet her
Me too.
childhood friend.
Me too.
You see him in the opening.
I've
He's
seen
like,
the opening with the faces. Yep, I can't wait.
and he's like
wait.
apparently super hot. All the ladies love him, but he's just always like,
Hey. Oh, I can't wait for this.
and he's but also like the nicest guy ever.
I can't wait. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Dan, amazing episode again.
Before we move off, I just want to say that might be becoming my like. I'd have to look at all the openings. I'd probably say either my second or third favorite opening. It just something about it's like
like this run or like what we're talking about
this
here?
year.
This year.
Mashl's number one, obviously.
Mashal is number one this year. It's been a long.
I don't think that's debatable at this point.
Yeah.
My heroes were good. My heroes were good.
My heroes were good. I did like Mashal's was the best. Mashal's was the best. I really like My Heroes
That was good.
Their most recent one. That one really got me. That was good. That was a good song. I gotta think about this one. It's that time of year you have to rank these.
The opening of it, like when it's just like dan 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 dan. That is good. That's good. And I was like, but it's when it cuts and it's like
it's a vibe, dude. You're sitting there. It's like I'm having a good time listening.
Yeah,
to this
it's
right now.
really. I think it's the same band that did.
It is Mashal's band. Yeah.
So
we're blowing up this year.
Good for them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like usually, and if you go back to if you listen to our last year's, we were talking about our favorite anime opens of the year, and that's where it's like you are my special, and I was like the only thing I don't really like about that, and maybe just how anime songs are now going, I was like it doesn't feel like a traditional anime opening song, but now like Mashal and this one I'm like they're definitely this one's a little more traditional because like that like it gets kind of like you know when the art style changes like that's like it's got that like
a little bit.
I'm just saying a little.
Yeah,
more than Mashal.
More than Mashal for sure. Yeah, I agree. More than Mashal for sure. I would say like in terms of this current, just because it's top of the head, like Subaru or ReZero's. That one is like an actual anime opening.
Shangri-La Frontier.
Like, this one's like definitely not that, but I see what you mean. Like when it starts doing the clip show at there, that's when it happens.
But it is like,
but it's I don't know. There's always that scene where that freaking girl is just dancing so weird. I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah. It's really good. But let's move on to I think we're doing Ray Zero second, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's move on to Ray Zero.
Yeah.
Season
3.
This episode was very good.
This episode was wild. This episode really wild. Yeah, okay. So
I will say this. I don't think I have an episode of the week. It was tough because I liked every episode almost equally. Dragon Ball, not even Dragon Ball Daima. I really liked.
Daima was really good.
I liked them like pretty much all equally.
I don't know.
They all nailed exactly.
It's Dan to Dan or ReZero, I think.
Dan to Dan was close. Shangri-La Frontier.
Shangri-La was amazing.
I was like, it was one of those things. Where I was like, this is kind of what. Anyways, let's talk about ReZero. Yeah. Let's hop into it.
We pick up right where the last episode left off, where we were very concerned with the whole version conversation with the Archbishop agreed, Regulus Corius or whatever.
As we should be concerned.
Yeah, and he's a friggin' weirdo. I wonder...
I'm assuming wife 79 died?
Yeah, right, okay. So I think he has a set number of wives. And then, like, he just, like... You know, sort of like, he has 200 wives, and he interchanges them all as they die or whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking... Well, I don't think he has a set number. I think it probably can go... He's greed. It can go... The Archbishop
could just go up, yeah.
Archbishop agreed. But, like, it could go on forever. But, I think that's what... good on the writing.
Yeah.
Because like, you'll be my 79th wife. As we assumed, that means you already had 78. That's and then good job on the writing. They bring in 184, and you're like, oh, this is worse than I thought.
This is so much worse. Tell them not to smile.
They're not allowed to make faces.
Yeah, they're not allowed to do anything. They're just like perfect dolls for him. That's
also Amelia is like, she's such an idiot.
Okay, right? The entire time, I'm just like, okay, all right. This is not. You even know this is not a normal situation. Why aren't you freezing the whole room right now?
I don't know.
Like, what are you doing right now?
Also, because of that, I want to call back way back to season 1, a moment that Kelly always points out why the show's dumb. She's like, Subaru's a stalker, stalks Amelia, and then when she's like, fuck you, go away, like, you're supposed to feel bad for him. I was like, yeah, he's in his lowest form of depression after saving her 1,000 times.
A million times, yeah.
Whatever. And remember all the way back then, and when she was like, go away, fuck you, blah, blah, and Subaru was like, almost dead. whose name does she call when she's stuck in this room alone? Sounds like
with a real stalker.
Yeah, sounds like Subaru.
Yeah, ooh, he's the boy.
Which is probably, honestly, you should say Reinhard, but that's fine.
That's probably fair. But he's not her knight.
I know. And then that was a good scene, but then it cut to first off, I love when Julius is like, what does he call Subaru? Because he can't say his name. It's like little child, kind of like.
Yeah, it's like kid manipulator, girl manipulator, like girl something.
And I love Subaru's like, what? And then
yeah,
he
it's like
thinks back to the flashback from last episode, and I was like,
yes. And then Subaru, in contrast, picks the most obvious nickname for Julius. He calls him Julie.
Yeah, but I don't think he can just guess your name. I think you have to actually say it.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to you. I don't know how that power works, so you might be right.
I hope that's how it works. That'd be dumb if you could just guess your name. Could be kind of like a troll scenario. Where you're like, yeah, it could be.
I don't know how any of these work.
Well, I will agree with you, because when Subaru said that, he's like, Julie, I was like, really? Really?
Yeah.
Could have said anything else? Like,
anything else.
Douchebag.
Yeah, that'd been good. That'd been pretty good, man. But no, you had to go with the nickname closest to his name.
I know.
Morons.
And then we got to meet Lust, who, just like the rest of all the archbishops, is insane.
Horrible.
When he walked into the room, that one room, after they killed the dragon, by the way, and saved the little girl, immediately I was like, this is a trap.
Yes.
Immediately I was like, what? When the girl's like, they're in the other room, I was like, this is clearly a trap. With this dragon's got one little girl hostage.
Yeah, and the dragon went down incredibly easily and stopped talking and stopped healing.
I will say this. Well, it's a completely different dragon, but I will say this.
That's not. Oh yeah, that's right. That's a different.
Yeah,
dragon.
she transformed.
Yeah.
She can transform. I will say this though. I remember we were talking last episode when we were like, "Is Kurushama, whatever the green hair girl?" She's like, "Is she really that strong?" Because she could.
She's strong. She's strong. She's strong. I was like,
I was like, okay. She's even stronger than I thought she was. Okay.
Yeah, she's strong.
She beat the shit out of that.
She did. I feel bad for the dragon, I'm not going to lie, because that dragon is clearly just caught in the crossfire.
Just a regular person.
It might have been the original hostage that girl was transformed into.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I will say, sorry to cut you off. I will say, the scene that actually made my skin crawl, and I think is very worthy of the spookiest scene for this Halloween, is when he opened the door and it was all giant flies.
That's what I was going to say, is when he goes open the door and you hear the buzzing of flies, I was like, oh no. First of all, I was like, this is a trap. I already assumed it was a trap, but I was like, oh no, it's just like going to be all the dead people. Because then flies around, and then it turned and it's all these big flies. I was like, nope, somehow it's worse.
I was like,
they didn't even do anything.
I know. They just looked at him, and I was like, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm actually scared right now.
It's gross.
I haven't been scared in an anime in a long time. I'm just looking at this like super close the door.
He never did either.
He never did. He left the door open. So those giant flies might get out and fly around.
Which is horrible.
It was going to add even more nonsense to, And then Lust is just absolutely... great on the creators of this show. I know it wasn't originally a manga. Someone commented on our YouTube page.
Yeah, they said it was a web series.
Yeah, something like that. Whoever the creator of the show is, which we really should just dig into it. Man, you made some gnarly villains. Like, every archbishop just sucks hardcore. I thought the witches would be, like, bad. We saw in season 2 that they were just, like... some of them were actually really bad, but they were just probably, some of them were probably misunderstood. But, like, man, the archbishops are just unapologetically the worst human beings in this world. They suck.
No, they absolutely suck.
And I don't understand how any of their powers work.
Well, actually, I thought this was, her power was, this was kind of cool, because this is like, it's hard for me not to compare this to Full Metal Alchemist. Obviously, it was seven deadly sins. But so in Full Metal Alchemist, Envy had the ability that she has, where she could pretty much transform herself into anything, blah, blah.
Yes.
And it made sense for Envy's character in Full Metal Alchemist, because she was so envious of everyone. She wanted to be like everyone and make sure, she could capture what everyone else has. And I like in this one, because Lust has that ability, so she even says it, like, she can make herself look like the absolute desire of what anyone wants.
Yeah.
Including animals, which is disgusting, but like that thing. So I was like, that kind of like those power schemes make sense. Like gluttony's taking away like you're from existence. That makes sense too.
He's eating your existence.
Yeah. I don't remember what Beetle Geist or whatever. I don't remember.
It's Beetlejuice.
I don't remember what his thing was.
It was just the hands. This is what. Okay.
What was his? What was his thing again?
It was just the hands.
Wasn't he Sloth?
Yeah, he was Sloth. Oh yeah, sorry, he was Sloth. Here's the thing that's okay. No, okay. So individually, all their powers make a lot of sense.
Well, I don't know about all of them.
Wrath is fun. Wrath
actually does make sense because
she's dealing the damage out to them.
Yeah, she's just taking everyone with her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
Out of pure just spite,
that makes
pretty
sense.
much.
Yeah. So no, what my thing about them is that it seems like a lot of the abilities have. Okay, I'm just confused. I'm confused. Maybe it's different witches. Different strokes, different folks. Some of the I'm guessing these are originally powers of the witches. Some of these powers are very physical in nature, and some are very like rules based. So like, look at Subaru. He has Sloth's power right now. It's just if you're strong enough, throw a punch with your fake hands. Yeah. And then you look at Wrath, so it's like everyone has to look at me for X amount of time, and then then I share bodies with them. Yeah. So there are rules for some of them because like clearly Wrath must have rules to not trigger.
She didn't do them
exactly. Yeah. And then there's Gluttony's who also has like one of the ones like he has to know your name in order to like do some magical mind eating stuff to it. It's not just physical. He is physically strong, and maybe he has some other like Wrath clearly has double power, but. Because she has fire too, so maybe he has something else as well. But Lust is just like, I transform, blah blah blah. It's just like it's very physical in nature. She just transforms whatever she wants. Yeah, and say I don't know exactly.
Well, she also has. Well, she transforms, but it is all physical. But then she also has the ability to transform people.
Yes,
which I'm really worried about that with Subaru.
Yeah,
that seems disgusting.
You might just want to do a hard reset on this one real fast.
He definitely. I mean, there's so many things going on. He can't solve everything.
Yes,
but where he's at, meh.
He picked the worst path.
The green hair girl because she's like also in a bad spot.
Yeah,
she also got blood put into her. So
yeah, but she said something about Lust did say if you succumb to the blood.
Oh yeah, so maybe you can.
There might be or maybe like you just conquer it and then you have some power. I don't know. Maybe there's a rule based in there where you can escape it.
Also, they could have made her an adult.
I know.
She's Lust. Like you could have made her like a tall adult lady.
No. They've only done it like once. Gosh, in Full Metal. Then every other time it's weird. Gosh. I think Lust wasn't the Witch of Lust when she was the kid.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. Just stop doing that.
That's true. Yeah, that's really weird.
I did enjoy the scene where Wrath showed up with Purple Ale Princess and the guy who's in love with the bard. And I was like, oh no, who's going to save him? I'm thinking it's the bard the entire time. God, the cat kids rock.
Yeah, they do.
But she's like, what are you, twins? She's like, sorry, no, we're the youngest brothers of a triplet.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Those kids rock.
They are awesome. Those cat kids, I was like, heal them. Felix, what the hell your name is? Boy. Felix. I don't care what it takes. You get them back up to full strength.
She did say, or he did say, forbidden magic.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. But didn't do it all the way. Because they're still bleeding, so.
I don't know. But I just love the way they come into. They're like, break. They're like, ah! I was like, these kids rock. They're wicked strong.
They're so dope.
Also, that guy and all his henchmen, dead.
Oh, 1,000%.
Dead.
All those faces like, oh, these are all semi-detailed enough just so that they're going to cringe horribly when they die. Mm-hmm. Yep, good job, guys.
They all make a face like, we got you, princess.
Yep, exactly.
You don't think we can take on super magical beings with our spears?
Yep.
And hoods?
This one especially, whose special ability is AoE, which you knew about and were told about because Subaru already encountered it.
Yep.
So it's going to be... It's going to be something else with this one. Reinhardt, free and clear to go. Auto is safe.
Yep. How great was that scene?
That scene was awesome.
First of all, when the bug comes in, hits Felt-sama there, or Felt, I'm just going to say Felt, hits her, and she's like, ah! Do love that Reinhardt's like, his dad's like, what are you going to do? Kill your old man, blah, 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 blah. You couldn't, maybe. And then Felt just smashes a bottle.
That was good, yeah.
I was like, thanks for that.
A full bottle, too.
I know, she's like, shut up. But I did love, what did he say? She's like, he's like, thank you for that. He's like, I was better than a sword to the throat. She's like, I don't know about that, because she hated the bug on her face.
That was pretty.
She's perfect for him. I didn't even think about that, because she's like, I'm staying your protector. She's like, shut up.
Yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah, she's the rough and tough princess of the people, or whatever.
That's exactly
what Reinhardt was looking for.
That's what he needs.
Yeah, so that's perfect. That's great. They're a good combo. Really happy Otto's alive.
I know when I saw it, I was like. I don't remember the white silver scale. Don't remember that at all.
No idea.
So
no idea. This show
didn't explain it
This
again.
show between seasons, the entire time the show's been on, it spans like what 15 years.
6 years between season 1 and 2, and
Something is 10. Right, because it's been like 4 since
so
season
it's
2.
been like 10, yeah.
Because I'm still, you were still in your old apartment.
It's been like 10. That's a long time for 3 seasons.
Yeah, craziness.
We've had like 7 My Hero seasons in like 7 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, and One Piece just keeps going.
That's true.
So that scene was fantastic. And then, they're already flooding the city.
Yeah, dude. Jeez, stuff is crazy.
These guys suck.
Subaru got away. Then kinda. Also, I want to know who that female witch cult thing is with the sword.
Me too. So badly.
Because he knows.
I wonder if it's like the body of like his
not
wife.
his wife.
Because like they have the same. It looks like they kind of the same fighting style. And
that's
like
what I'm thinking.
He did say blessed by the death god. She's dead. So
that's what
I don't know.
Too.
I don't know anything about the magic systems of this fucking world.
And not that I could. It seems like you can't hate him more, but I would hate him more.
I would hate them more. So much more.
And he does make a face. His face is just like, like annoyed. First of all, I did think though those 2 people are very good fighters. Obviously,
yeah, they're taking on everybody.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, these guys must be very good fighters because the 3 best fighters stay behind to fight them.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
I don't know. Julius is just far distant magic, whatever crap. Get out of here. But like
that is true. Once again, just using a sword as a conduit to shoot things. Yeah. Freaking, that's such an anime trope.
The next episode's gonna be nuts.
Yeah,
Subaru's in the water. Don't know if Garfield got him or not. I love how Garfield calls him boss.
I know, it's pretty cool. It is pretty sick. I think he's gonna get him because we didn't see him reset. He would reset at the end of this episode or something like that.
That's true.
So I don't know what
but
that
he
checkpoint
needs to reset.
He really does. He doesn't have a leg. His leg is gone. Lust has his leg.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's in her hand.
Yeah.
So and then she also bit the dragon with a lion snake head so Subaru fell. So that dragon's fine. The dragon's taking off the Valkyrie chick. Green hair.
Yeah.
So who knows where they're going?
I have no
They
idea.
might both become dragons. I don't know.
I don't know.
He
needs to kill himself.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I feel like when if lust power beats out over him, then he'll like the Witch of Endor will reset him then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that'll happen.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
But very good episode. All right, let's move on to Shangri-La Frontier season
2.
I very much like this episode.
Me too. I was pumped when the episode ended last week, and then season, yeah. And then I was like, oh, we picked right back up. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. I didn't even get mad that they gave us that cheap little. Here's the 30 seconds of the previous episode because it was needed to see how crazy they are. Mm-hmm. This might now be man. Between this and them defeating Weatherman, my favorite scene ever is when he calculates that he just has to sacrifice a mule in order to not get pounced on.
It's incredible. When he throws her and Mule's like, and he's like,
the betrayal.
Yeah,
that she forgets instantly.
Yeah, of course, Mule loves Sunaku more than anything. But those Amelia. Amelia.
The zoo kids. I don't know.
F Zoo, whatever their freaking names are.
Sure.
Those people are weirdos, and I love when they're like
furries.
Explaining that like she's like it's a Python mission, and then they force you out. I'm like I'd like to see more of this because I don't know if they force everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also found out that I was interested that Vash is actually not the one in charge.
It's his kid.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can't remember his name. I think it was Isaac.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that was interesting. However, I just like this because like the librarian's there, who I thought was married to the person in charge of like Shield Wolf, whatever, but clearly not.
Yeah, I was wrong on that one. Yeah. I was pushing.
I thought that one too.
No,
but he's married to Massive Dynamite,
who I think might be the second in command at the Wolf thing because the main lady. First off, great name.
Yeah, and he apologized for her.
I know.
So
yeah.
I'm like,
I want to know. Well, he's saying that it's in their old age. He sounds like an old man, so I wonder if it's an old lady going ham in the Wolf Guild.
In the new continent, too.
Yeah, that's going to be sick. I did like... All right, so... The high point of this episode was when they started dumping the names of the Colossi.
Oh my god, 100%.
It was so amazing.
It was great. And stupid, when they were like... The orchestra was like, yes. finally, my answers will come. Because they gave us answers of everything else. Of what they knew.
They showed us the dragon.
They showed us it.
Yeah.
It's a gold dragon, too. Cool. And I was like, perfect. And they're showing all the things the orchestra could do, which is pretty much control all elements.
Yep.
I was like, yes. And they're like, and that's all we know about it. I was like, no! I was like, God! Yeah, no, that was definitely the best part of that episode.
Yep, 1000%. I was like, my lore porn was just going nutty.
Right when he started, I was like,
yes.
pay attention.
Read every word.
Pencil guy and just absolutely bamboozling the man for $100 million for that book.
Yep, that was fantastic. Her whole acting shtick she did, it was like, I'd only ever portrait it under the most unique of circumstances or whatever.
It's like she said like a...
And you just see the lore master going like, lore stuff.
I also love when Sanaku's like talking about the Lycagon or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, he's a freak. Hentai is what they're saying. You're like, he's a freak. And the leader of the guild like, it's crazy. He figured out all the information. Psycho Zero, though, she's like, he's a freak. And I was like, she's excited about this.
Yeah, this is wild. Oh boy, how many nights of the Sunraku body pillow have you had already? Jeez, honey.
I love it. She's like, when they first meet, when they all meet up, she's like, oh, he looks even better than he did before. And it's like, she's like, literally saw him like an hour and a half ago.
Yep,
or something.
Facts.
Like,
and it's an avatar. It doesn't change. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was poetry. I didn't realize they were going to show up this episode too. So when the comedy ensues and you find out that his dear friends betrayed him and sold him out, and they grab him to stop him.
I do love when they grab him to stop him, and he's like, how dare you do this to me? And they're like, you would do the same. He's like, bah.
Yeah, yes I would, but whatever. When Schwartz Wolf showed up.
Yeah, it's like Schwartz Wolf.
Schwartz Wolf.
Yeah, I know, it's so annoying.
Japanese and their obsession with German, saying
so
stuff.
Annoying. Axis power has been broken up, guys.
Yeah, I know, you guys lost. Anyways, when they showed up, I'm just like, oh, this is a summit episode. I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lore Master showed up. I was like, I really can't wait. Like, this episode it was hype from the start and fulfilled it all the way through for me. That was so good. We even get the ending there where they're like, let's form up an alliance.
A guild, yeah.
Well, it's not a guild because there are already a bunch of guilds.
A guild alliance, sorry. That's what you call it. But that's awesome.
I did. And of course, the fastest way to our hearts is to compliment our favorite main characters, Raku, which is one of them. And then you have Wolf, Schwartz Wolf lady just there, like, complimenting the hell out of him in her head. Just like,
a little much.
This guy. I know, little much. But she was like, you only fought him once? Oh, you guys might change. I just liked her looking at the three morons going back and forth at it. It's like, these guys are going to change the whole game. They're going to do it.
Yep.
It was like, oh, yeah, they are. These three absolute idiots. These
and apparently she knows.
Who picked up the game on a whim.
She knows Pentagon in real life, maybe.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. Yeah.
And then I did like to see.
Which means she probably looks the same in real life, because Pentagon looks the same in real life.
I did love the scene where, though, like, he's thinking about, like, all the things you can't say, and he, like, looks at Oketsu, and Ketsu's just like, I don't want to be here.
Tries to escape.
And he looks at, oh my god, the scene's funny. Yeah, that scene's great, too. But he looks at Pentagon, and she's like, what? Admiring my beauty? And he's like, no. Which, when you're as good looking as he is in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course his family's, like, gorgeous.
Yeah, all of them. They all fish and just do random stuff.
Jacked and stuff.
I know.
For a kid who plays video games, like, 24/7.
I can't wait for there to be, like, in a scenario where he has to do that Sunday dinner thing or whatever that he does with them, where he has to, like, where they force him to do it and he's like missing something huge in the game going on. He's just like speed eating to get there. I can't wait. That's gotta be, I feel it's gonna be a scenario and I can't wait to see something like that.
We did call it though, because we were saying like originally like he was like trying to keep information from those two. Yeah. But we called that like they were just like clearly going to be in the show more because they're just part of being a crew. And that's like exactly what this episode like did. It just like put them in the show and they're like these are solidified, like they're a trio and they're staying around. It's fantastic. I absolutely cannot wait to see what these guys are going to do. I'm so excited for this bunny. I'm excited to meet the new bunny. Everybody is incredible. They're all amazing. There hasn't been a bad bunny yet, like at all. So I'm pumped for that. I do worry about allowing the furries into Rabbituza. They could wreck the place pretty fast. Horrible. But I did enjoy there at the end though. Not at the end, in the middle. There was like, oh no, she's gonna ask about the special encounter and everything. Oh no, my unique quest. He's like,
how do we get to Rabbitusa? If you tell us.
Or how do we
we'll
say,
do whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, how do we say, we'll do whatever you want. It's like, okay.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. They're freaks. They shouldn't even be at that summit, honestly. I don't know what they brought to it.
Yeah, do I? That's a good question. I know she was strong. Well, she was strong enough to take out Pencilgon one-on-one. Like it was a suicide play, but it was strong enough to take out one-on-one. When Pencilgon was at level 99 full power.
And also they wanted, the whole reason she wanted to set it up was to make an alliance. So
yeah, and so maybe the zoo people are like actually huge.
Yeah, and then maybe they do know about like like the anatomy of like all like the games like animals and stuff like kind of like the librarian works like.
They could be really helpful in fighting like Gon and which I found out was a woman.
I did like also
female wolf.
A she, yeah. I did also like that they have a way to get his scars off, maybe.
Yeah.
Which, like, I know is probably part of his look, but at the same time,
I know.
I would like him to be able to change his outfits.
I know. It'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool to see him do actually have to be able to wear armor. But I don't know. He's double marked, and then whatever. I want either it's not gonna work, or like he's gonna realize that he shouldn't take him off, or like Gon's gonna like appear and stop him or something like that. Because what's her name?
Ghost Lady. It's gonna take forever.
Right, but Ghost Lady from Weathermon said she's never seen someone with 2 markings from the wolf.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't think they're gonna be able to take her because it's his look. So like
yeah,
until like maybe like episode like 70 or something, then it can happen, because then like if you're changing the storyline, moving on, like they are like it's defeating Lycagon.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a really
once
good point,
like Lycagon's defeated, then like you can change it, and then like,
the wildest part is they could defeat Lycagon like tomorrow, and there'd still be so much of this show that I want to see.
Yeah, that's not even like the main thing. Fuck that. I don't even give a crap about that. I really don't care. I find it interesting that there's one guild really focused on it. Want to know why they're so obsessed with it? Yeah, there's clearly a reason. Like I don't know what it is. Beyond that, the other class are way cooler. There's a squid monster one.
That one's pretty good, yeah.
Give me if there's a seafaring like arc.
That would be good, yeah.
First of all, creepy and awful, gross.
Yes.
There's like you could have 100 episodes each on each class. I'd be like, I'm here for it.
Yep, let's go. Perfect. I'd watch every single one of them.
The Weathermon one was like that's the easiest one.
No, he's supposed to be one of the harder ones.
No way.
Because he was supposed to be beaten towards the end. Oh, maybe no. He's supposed to be beaten towards the end of the game. They said. The devs.
Really?
I think so.
Well,
yeah.
I think that was that just story wise?
It might have just been story wise. It might have just been story wise.
Yeah, there's no way.
It's very possible it's been story wise.
Because like the thing about it, well, your level gets capped. So I guess I could see it being an end game thing.
Because then it does reduce your level down to that level every single time.
That's the thing. Your level gets capped. So it's like it wouldn't matter. Like I could see them being like it puts everyone at the same playing field to fight it, but like. I feel like the harder ones you have to be a higher level.
I feel maybe the other class will get stronger.
At the same time, I don't know what happened with Sunraku. I mean, he was brand new to the game, but he seems like he wasn't doing too bad against Lycagon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but he's also a maniac. So,
but at the same time, it did kill everything else they've come in contact with.
Yes.
I don't know. The dragon definitely seems like you got to be a pretty high level.
I think so.
Orchestra thing like controls nature.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think they're gonna. I don't know. They one, maybe they just said that, and then it's not really accurate. Or 2, maybe they'll rebalance the story now. That like Weatherman was killed out of order. It
definitely was killed out of order.
So if he's killed out of order, what they expected, then maybe they'll rebalance and make the other class size stronger instead.
And I also think they look incredibly surprised one died anyways.
That's true. Yeah, they didn't expect this to happen for a long time.
So, but they didn't realize they were dealing with trash game master.
I know.
But let's move on to the last anime review episode. Because no One Piece this week, World Series. Shoyo Otani, most famous person in Japan. I googled it. I looked it up.
Craziness.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's okay, right?
He played yesterday. He didn't play great. But Dragon Ball Daima.
Yeah.
I love the show.
This show's so good.
This show's great.
This show's so
Kid Goku
good.
was great.
I know. I was shitting on it. I understand why Toriyama wanted to do this so bad. Kid Goku was a blast. Maybe it's now his personality finally just matches his body so much better again.
That's
because Goku never stopped being a kid.
Yeah, and I think the story of this one. First of all, Glorio, the guy who drives plane.
Yes.
Shigaraki.
Really?
Yeah, his voice was bothering me. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Really?
Shigaraki. Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I love when they go to the.
He knows his knows his My Hero career is ending at some point, so he moves on to another anime.
Well, I mean, I think he's a pretty famous voice actor.
Sure he does.
I didn't
I'm
look
just
at
making
it.
jokes. I know every voice actor we hear has like been in 12 other things.
Yeah. But like he was bothering me the entire time. I was like, man, I know this because like clearly recently, like I was like, oh, Sugar. Google Sugar Rock. But anyways, I did love when they go to Warp Sama there or whatever, and Goku's like, you look like a goldfish. It's like, oh, I'm not a goldfish. Blah 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 blah. And of course, like
Supreme Kai
is like, shut the fuck.
Like don't enrage him. It's like, oh, sorry, are you a Popeye goldfish? It's like
he's like, that's still a goldfish.
They did a little weird magic with Mickey. Once again, if that like, I don't call racism on a lot of things, but if your only requirement to get into the demon realm is pointy ears, like, and like you're saying that you're saying that most, but not all in the universe have like most things that have pointy ears are demons, but there are some that don't based on what they've said. So it's like, maybe get a passport system.
I know.
I guess the pin thing makes sense, but like I don't know.
That's new.
It is new, yeah. Warp Sama. It's ridiculous.
One thing I love, and it's like Luffy has this attitude, but obviously Goku had it first. But like I love this Goku attitude when they get out of the plane and Goku's like, the air's like heavier, and he's like, they're like, oh, that's like a gas, blah blah. And he's like. Goku's like, oh. And he's like, you can breathe it in. It's okay. And Goku just goes, okay. like he just doesn't care. Like he just trusts the dude. He's like, all right, sure, yeah, whatever.
And then when they get farther in, he just farts in the plane.
I know. He's like, supposed so bad. He's like, if I fart, I can hide it up. And Supreme Guy's like, Dad, don't be so crude. And then he farts and
Gloria bought it.
Gloria's like, that guy's no person. And he's like, it was me.
Didn't even try.
I love him.
Before we even get further in the show, just one more thing with Warp Sama. I love how Supreme Guy's there just to move the story along and translate and transmit stuff. I love that he didn't get the pin off in time.
I know.
The pin that is going to be Vegeta dealing with Warp Sama.
Oh my!
It's going to be
it's going to be great.
Comedic genius.
They're either going to be button heads so hardcore, or they're going to be like the same person.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, so exciting. But anyways, getting back into the episode, it was just one of those really great things that you love about Dragon Ball. And like this will happen. This happens. It happened when Goku got to Namek. He just beat the crap out of people. It happens in every arc that he is, just to show that Goku's strong. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing every time. Mm-hmm. Goku just getting the hang of it, training in new gravity again.
I know, that's pretty much what it is.
Because
it's thicker air.
I swear to God, that is Akira Toriyama's like, it must be his like signature. It's like, I'm just gonna make everything heavier down there. Yeah.
I like how to change this one up. It's not gravity. It's thicker air.
Anyways, and so Goku's just like, he gets into a bar fight just so that he can get all limbered up and like really hanging out, like really get the hang of the heavier air.
I did love that bar fight though, because it's just one of those classic things. I just like to like, listen here, round ears. I'm like, I know he looks like a kid, but that's Goku, so
yeah.
You're
also, what a bunch of morons! Like when he beats up like 5 of your friends, maybe just stop
while eating.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, those disgusting looking burgers, which Goku said were delicious.
I know, yeah. He's like, what kind of meat is this? And he's like, you don't want to know. And Goku's like, okay.
I did think, so the bar fight, fantastic. Goku gets the hang of everything. His stick is great too. Whatever the hell that's called.
I can't remember the name of the stick. Whatever.
Yeah, it's I think it's the same name the Monkey King has for his, because Goku's the Monkey King.
Yeah.
But what I thought was super interesting about this world is that it's segregated into 3 different parts and all that stuff with the seals and all that stuff, which is going to be very very interesting to see how like they get down to the next like world and stuff. Yeah, and then there's an infinite void surrounding it all.
I know.
It's like holy moly.
I love also too. He's like, you got that from Glorio. He's like, oh, you're the Glind. He's like, up in your fancy second demon realm. I was like, geez, wow, it moved up that quick. Because Supreme Guy kind of looks like a bitch. I know he's not, but he kind of looks like a bitch.
Facts, yeah.
I was like, wow, that changes that much from the third to the second, huh? We got a huge jump.
Yeah. Supreme Guy at least has some juice in him. He can actually fight a little bit if he needs to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just called him a Glind, which already sounds like they're fancy and
I know, yeah, that's true, yeah. That's facts, yeah.
And also, it's going to be interesting when they get to the second demon realm because it doesn't have the gas.
Yeah.
So the air is not going to be as heavy.
Yeah, but Goku will be stronger now.
And Goku will be
swinging
stronger,
harder and all that stuff.
I did like the plane being stolen at the end. That was so funny.
That was crazy. We'll show them. Guys, they just beat the living shit out of all of you.
I know.
What are you doing?
I know.
What are you doing?
A kid.
And granted, I'll give them this too. They don't know Goku can fly. So, like, he can just chase him down. He doesn't know where he's going.
But once again, a kid beats you up. Wouldn't you be like, oh, geez.
Yeah, it's
like, oh, I'm stronger than me.
This is a human. Maybe we don't do this.
I want to go when they're like, he's like, would you want a hamburger? Of course they have hamburgers. But like, he's like, would you want a hamburger? He's like, how is one fine? And Goku's like, I already ate earlier, so let's make it 5. I was like,
5 burgers. That was fantastic. I'm really pumped. So, episode was amazing. So excited to see where this goes from here. I'm really interested to see what Glorio's story is because, like, he was interesting. He was in the Demon Castle when Demon Boy King thing made his I plan and all that stuff. So he's hiding his past sort of thing from Supreme
definitely.
Kai.
Remember Supreme Kai? Like he's like, what did you do for the castle? And he's like, this and that
stuff things.
Yeah.
I always enjoy when
this and that is a great line.
I know.
By the way.
This and that. I
I
always enjoy when a character has a gun too in the Dragon Ball universe. Like this is honestly, as the show goes on, will be one of the most useless items that you've ever had in your entire life.
Apparently very useful there though.
Yeah, but those were also low level nobodies.
That's true.
Yeah, so like
that is true.
I'm sure if we shot it at Goku would just be like bink.
Yeah,
let's be real here. Like,
might tickle him or something.
Yeah, or maybe he'll dodge it. Like that's the thing. It's like even if it was damaging, Goku can just dodge it.
I know.
Like he has his sixth sense there to dodge things.
And they did a classic Dragon Ball thing too, where those stupid like savages like show up and suck with their arrows and can barely hit anybody, whatever. Yeah. And instead of shooting them directly, he shoots the rocks. I'm like, of
course you.
I'm like, just kill them.
Yeah, just shoot one. It'd be fine. Shoot one.
But that was really funny. They like shoot the arrows. I was like, And Goku's really like, what?
Yeah, they're so slow.
Yeah.
So it was, man.
I'm very much enjoying this.
This show is awesome. I'm so happy we're reviewing it.
Yes. All right, now time for the Halloween bracket.
Halloween bracket.
Yes, because we're just going to put it all in one episode, put it all on Halloween.
Get it all out. Save a little time. We got some stuff going on for the holiday
Halloween weekend. Alrighty. We are now on the Eerie 8. We're going to go Eerie 8, 4, and we're going to finish it all today.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right. So, if you wanted to see the 32 and then 16, go back and watch those. But if this is your first time, that's fine. You're here for the Eerie 8. Get your weekly anime review. Get a little extra out of your weekly anime review.
Get a little pumped up.
Because we don't have One Piece to take up an hour.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's facts.
Manga, not either.
Yeah.
I think actually he was taking a 2-week break.
Oh, that's sad.
But anyways, all right. Now it's time we're going to do this is to determine the final monster.
Okay.
We got the Headless Horseman versus Witches. This is a tough one.
Yeah, I think I have to give it to Witches.
Ooh, interesting.
It's just, they're more Halloween. Like, how to put this? First level of thought is just general eyesight. If I'm looking at a bunch of trick-or-treaters, you get a chance one of them's going to be a witch.
That's
how many, true. I mean, maybe you'll get a Headless Horseman every year. Because the Headless Horseman's costume is so much work. But a witch is not. A witch is a pointy hat and a dress. Mm-hmm. You know? So that's one. So I think you see a lot more witches. They are, in fact, spookier. Because witches can do such a wide range of Halloween-esque things.
Reminder of the bracket, if you're a first-time listener and also because you only listen to the weekly anime review and you're just hopping into the bracket, it's what we think is the most Halloween. It's not what we like more.
Now we like more. I honestly like the Headless Horseman more.
Really? I like Witches way more. But,
I know you do. I know you do.
We had this conversation. I had to praise the Lord before I went into it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I agree with you. 100%. I think the Headless Horseman is like, we've made this argument many times about certain things where it's like, if it only happens on Halloween, it seems more Halloween. But the thing about witches is like, literally, the other day when I was carving pumpkins, there were stencils. There was 2 about witches in cauldrons. I'm walking down the street. I see some like there's on that children's daycare that looks like it's a concentration camp. But they had like a witch in a cauldron kind of thing. You see witches everywhere for like Halloween, and it's like hocus pocus.
And I think black cats are associated with them. Even though black cats are supposed to be their own thing, they're also witch associated.
So I feel like witches I just feel like I get the Headless Horseman because it's a jack-o'-lantern kind of thing. However,
and it's a Halloween story. It's spooky.
Yeah. However, witches are just like. Man, like, yeah, they are the Halloween monster.
I agree.
So, which is moving on.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's gonna be a hot one. People might not like that one, but it's not your podcast.
Yeah, true.
All right, here we go. This is gonna be a real tough one. Halloween the movie or Halloween Town. Oh, that's a tough one.
I have to be unbiased in this, I feel like. So, like, I feel like I feel like Halloween Town is the correct answer here because it is just Halloween the entire way through. It's like the arguments we made for it. I'll make it again. It's just like first off, it's literally Halloween Town. Like everything there is Halloween. You got a jack-o'-lantern in the center. You got a million monsters. Witches are in it too. Yeah, they're all witches are in it. I know it's kid based and all that stuff. So as a child, I will say Calabar, whatever. I think it was Calibor. No, Calibor was my eating center. So it's Calibor.
I thought they had the same name.
No, I made Calibor up. Calabar. Maybe I subconsciously.
You were Calabar.
No, Calibor.
Oh, Calibor.
And you've done it right the entire time.
You were Calibor.
Calibor, yes.
Yeah. Like the board.
Calabar.
The Calabar is the guy
from Halloween Town.
Yeah, the evil guy.
Yes, the bad guy. He was scary as a kid.
He was. You are right.
Like, as a child. As an adult now, I'm just like, oh, ha.
And sometimes the people were creepy.
That's true. Yeah, some of them were really weird looking. So I think maybe it has some.
I like how you said,
scary.
Let me take my bias out of this, and then went on a rant about how it should be Halloween Town.
Well, my bias is I like Halloween more, so I want it to
really?
Be, Halloween the movie?
Oh,
Halloween the
I
movie
thought
is the
you would have liked Halloween Town more.
No. Oh. I am adult.
Well, Halloween is like also takes place on Halloween.
It does, yes, but yes, it does. My reasoning here. If you have better reasoning, give it to me. I'm happy to hear it. This is my gut reaction is there's so much more Halloween in Halloween Town, where Halloween is more slasher thriller than it is Halloween. Not saying it's not Halloween, but it's more slasher thriller.
So, Halloween takes place on Halloween.
Yeah.
One, boom, done. There you go. There's a lot of trick-or-treating. It always takes place on Halloween. And I will say this might throw into a concept of it, is you never see Halloween Town costumes, but you do see Michael Myers as a costume.
This is true.
And Michael Myers is almost a figure of like Halloween itself.
That is true.
And the slasher movie thing. And and the thing is, it does always happen on Halloween. Like, it never doesn't happen on Halloween.
That's true. Yeah, I guess he is a mascot of Halloween.
He kind of is.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm fine giving it to Halloween. I'm
going to pick Halloween Town.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. That's all right. You got to look at the other side. Look, I was going to pick Halloween Town the entire time. It's freaking Halloween Town.
Yeah, it's
everything is Halloween.
It's all Halloween.
It is like Halloween. It is literally like Halloween barfed into a movie.
That is facts. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So the entire thing. So yeah.
Okay.
No, let's give it to Halloween Town.
Halloween Town. Moving on. All right. Here comes the easiest one of them all. Mini candy bars versus candy corn.
I like candy corn a lot, though.
Why are you saying you like it a lot?
Oh, it's Halloween-esque. It's candy corn.
Yeah, it's candy corn. Because
I forgot what we were doing for a second.
Yeah.
It's candy corn.
Candy corn is... I was actually really mad. I was shopping for candy for our Halloween party.
They didn't have any?
They didn't have candy corn. Now, once again...
Because everyone bought it already.
They did have a candy corn. They had a mix with candy corn. But since we know too many people allergic to peanuts... It's just like, gosh, and there's peanuts in it. I was like,
weakness.
I was like, well, we can't have this. Because they're going to go to eat the candy corn, but it was next to a peanut. How weak are you that if a piece of something touches another something, it takes you out?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, it's not even you're eating the thing directly. It was in direct contact. But anyways,
that's a good point.
Candy corn obviously moves on. That's not even a joke. All right, and the last one.
It's because their immune system is stronger than everyone else's.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
It's the
dumbest thing ever.
Anyways, go ahead.
Last for the Eerie 8, jack-o'-lanterns versus trick-or-treating. It was funny though. Side note, just go back to Katie real quick. I was, sometimes I'll check the episodes just to see how everything was going and how the audio came across. And I love there was the argument we were arguing about mini candy bars versus Hershey's mini assorted. And you're like, yeah, I have Hershey mini assorted all the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's like an old. I was like, this is like an old person candy. And I was like, it doesn't make Werther's original more Halloween. In your face, you're like, yeah, but that was like, I was like. Yeah, wait a minute. Mini candy bars, moving on. I argued myself.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's rare that happens.
Jack-o'-lanterns versus trick-or-treating.
I want to give it to jack-o'-lanterns. A few. We gone over it a lot. A few levels. One, it is Michael Myers might be a mascot. Jack-o'-lanterns are the actual symbol of Halloween.
Jack-o'-lanterns are the mascot of Halloween.
And even like as you get older, you don't trick or treat, but as you get older, you'll always carve a pumpkin.
That's true.
This is actually, I think, the first year of my life I've never done one.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
We should have got you one.
Yeah, that's okay.
I will say
I had the option to, but I was too tired to do it.
I will say this: if you listen to the previous episode where we talked about this, we did talk about trick or treating is the highlight.
Maybe I didn't. I might have done it in college. That might have been a lie. I don't remember.
First time in your life, you were saying?
Yeah.
Really?
I might have done it.
That's
I can't
impressive.
Remember. I might have missed a year in college.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun. But we did. If you watched the episode before about this, we said trick or treating is the highlight of Halloween, and we will stand by that and everything like that. But jack o' lanterns are literally the symbol of Halloween.
Yeah.
If you're watching the podcast, we have a jack o' lantern plastic thing with 1,000,000 pumpkins around it.
Yeah, it's true.
I carved a Legend of Zelda one this year.
That's a good point. Yeah. You should put that on the Instagram.
Oh, I should put that on the Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now on to the Freaky Four.
Nice. All right, Freaky Four.
All right.
I'm in the Frightening Four.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
All right, we got Witches versus Halloween Town.
I don't know. This one's tough now, actually, for me, because once again, Halloween Town is just barf of Halloween.
It is.
But then witches are also like...
Witches are
so Halloween.
The secondary symbol.
Yeah.
Here's my argument. Witches are like the secondary symbol of Halloween, and Halloween Town has a witch. So therefore, witches win. Because they want to make sure it's Halloween, so they made sure there was a witch in it.
Okay.
And actually, I will say this. Hocus Pocus in Halloween Town, if there was no witches, that's dumb. That's a bad argument because that's like the concept of the movie.
Yeah.
Taking that out of the movie.
Wouldn't also like...
Because Halloween the movie doesn't have any witches.
And the thought process too. Wouldn't like the fact that they have witches in Halloween Town actually make it more Halloween?
Yes.
Because now they have more Halloween stuff.
That would make it more Halloween, yeah. In a sense. But
quantifying it that way.
I know what you're saying is like, you're saying like, because they're putting all the Halloween aspects into it. But the point I'm trying to make is that like, they're pointing out how like everything they're putting into it is very Halloween. Well, yeah, I think almost like because they have like a jack-o'-lantern, right? If a jack-o'-lantern was going against Halloween Town, a jack-o'-lantern would win. Because everything in it is a symbol of Halloween.
This argument makes more sense.
Yeah, everything in it is a symbol of Halloween. That's what they're telling you.
Yeah.
They're like, this is Halloween.
Yes. Okay.
Once again, I'm not against it going past witches. Only because witches are everywhere now.
Yeah, they're in so much
It is tough. It's almost like, I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. I'm fine. I said we give it to witches on this one. You want to give it to witches? Okay, I'm fine with
give it
that.
to witches.
Yeah.
Halloween Town's really good. It's just one of those ones though. It's like, damn, that's so tough. Because like when I'm measuring this too, I'm measuring it on like some at some point, some levels, like especially when it's kids stuff. How much of this item do you do as you get older? Like I haven't watched Halloween Town in a long time.
Yeah.
So like, it's just tough.
What I do love,
so Halloween.
Yeah. The one thing I do love though is like, this is like, okay, so like when the bracket first started, we were talking about our first example was like werewolves, oh, they're everywhere, blah blah. If I'm like Halloween werewolf, you're thinking of a werewolf.
Yeah.
And when I go Halloween witch, we're thinking the same witch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the black hat, like
hat.
you know the image. Like
I got green skin on mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the Wicked Witch of the East.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Or West. Sorry, Wicked Witch of the West. It is that is the witch.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe that's actually where I don't know. But anyways, so that's my only thing is like there's a specific like what I'm talking about. Like
I imagine witches came. The Green Witch came before the Witch of the West.
No, yeah, but I'm thinking what I was saying is that's why I think like a lot of us like associate that witch.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, at least for me, because my mom loved Wizard of Oz, it was like probably the first time I saw that version of a witch.
Got the Wizard of Oz and the Sound of Music for you guys.
Ain't Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
No,
that's a great movie.
Child Catcher. Gross.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. This is such a divisive one. It's so tearing on me. I think I'm gonna throw my vote into Halloween Town because it has witches in it, and it is all Halloween all the time there. So I think that's more Halloween than just witches.
So okay, here's my only way.
If you want to argue this down, I'll submit. I'll do witches. I don't care. This one's tough.
I know it is tough. Here's what I think of an argument. If I was like, What's more Halloween, Candy Corn or Halloween Town? Okay,
maybe I tell you, I just now I'm all discombobulated. I think
no. Here's
probably,
let me put it this way. What do you think would be harder to decide? What's more Halloween, Candy Corn or Halloween Town, or Candy Corn or Witches? Like, which one would be harder for you to like be like, oh, like I don't
like harder? It'd be Candy Corn and Halloween.
Halloween Town, okay.
Yeah. So because if it's Witches and Candy Corn, I'd probably pick Witches.
Then Witches would be more Halloween.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Yes, I guess probably Witches then.
Okay.
I just like that argument makes sense. It just doesn't make sense in my head, like or my heart. There you go. It doesn't make sense in my heart.
I know what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying. I do like your argument. What you argue this is that Halloween Town goes away.
Yes,
the symbol of Witches never goes away.
That's a good point. Yeah, so it stays around forever.
I think there's probably people who don't even carve pumpkins and already know jack-o'-lanterns are.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
So we're going Witches.
Let's go Witches. Yeah.
Witches. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Okay. I would have been fine with either, but I was just trying to argue for. Yeah. Okay. Then jack-o'-lantern versus candy corn.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. Not even a competition.
All right. Then finally the spooky 2. No, damn it. The terrible 2, the terrifying 2.
Terrifying 2. There we go. You got it.
Yeah, I was thinking second for some reason.
Yeah.
All right, Witches versus jack-o'-lanterns.
It's jack-o'-lanterns.
It's jack-o'-lanterns, but that's the only thing I was thinking in my head when we were arguing Halloween Town Witches. I was like, Witches versus jack-o'-lanterns. That's tough. That is like the highlight of Halloween right there.
It really is. That is like those are the two huge symbols that those have gone. It's the only monster that like when we were going through werewolves and vampires and all that stuff. Like it's the only monster that can really throw its weight around as a true symbol of Halloween,
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But it is jack-o'-lanterns. I knew it'd be jack-o'-lanterns.
It's jack-o'-lanterns. It's jack-o'-lanterns. It's literally, it's everywhere.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween. The smiling pumpkin gets you every time.
It's Halloween.
So, love it. That was a great bracket on this one.
Yeah, what I liked about it is when we got to the Final Four, that was like, that Halloween Town Witches one, I was like,
oh, that's a tough one.
Halloween Town, that was, it was funny because you were like, I thought you were totally going to pick Halloween Town this entire time. Because like you wanted just because you liked it.
That's what I was trying to fight against. Like I was like, I really like that movie and I would love it to keep going forward. But I was trying to be like, it just has so much. What really got me was when you made that. Well, what first started when you made the argument of like witches are really Halloween and all this stuff. But you're like, the witches are in Halloween Town, so it's like that means they're more Halloween because there's more Halloween.
Yeah, but they're
Halloween
pointing out that it's Halloween.
Yeah, they are pointing it out, but also just literally Halloween vomits in there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like we pick jack-o'-lantern as the most Halloween thing, and there's a jack-o'-lantern in Halloween.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I do think like, well, I guess to our argument of like why witches and jack-o'-lanterns and jack-o'-lantern 1 is they are symbols of Halloween.
Yes.
It's like almost like what's more Christian, a pew or a cross?
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Pews are. Yeah, I mean, sadly, there are churches that don't have pews.
That's weird.
They have just metal chairs with cushions.
Damn, well.
But
the cushion part.
It is nice. The church you go to. Oh, God, they got to get on that.
No.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
That's old school, like suffering for no reason.
I don't know why, yeah. I don't know. I've been to many a church that has cushions.
Well, I understand why a lot of Catholic churches don't because they were built so long ago. So, like,
yeah, we put cushions.
You could update them, though.
You put cushions on.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally just cushions.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like we're changing out all the pews. Just put cushions and clip them under.
Yeah, you really could. Super easy. But at least the kneeling things have pads, right?
Those have pads. They didn't
always, really.
I don't know if they. I imagine they did because padding hasn't existed for this long. But you just gotta be careful with some of them because sometimes the padding's really old. So like when you kneel down on it, you're pretty much kneeling on wood, and so you don't want to go down too fast.
Yeah,
that's happened before.
But yeah, jack-o'-lanterns. They are the official Halloween. Everyone knew it probably when the bracket started, but that's fine. Sometimes the best is the best, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Facts.
Happy Halloween, y'all. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.